Welcome back to Sports Books Live, presented by JR Sports Bar and Grill. Glad that we are in the Auburn Minute, sponsored by Dane Sharp, attorney at law, Randy. And Dane Sharp, we can't thank him enough. Located in downtown Davie, Alabama. Any type of legal need that you have out there, please give Dane a try, because he's a great attorney, and he will definitely take care of you. But again, sponsoring the Auburn Minute, Randy, this past weekend, it was a good weekend finally for the Auburn baseball team, as they were able to go up to Lexington and sweep the Kentucky Wildcats.
Well, needed Kentucky at this point in time in the season. Whoever takes on Vandy right now is in trouble, as you saw on the Alabama side. But Auburn wins the first one 12-9, second one 15-8, and the third one 8-2. Pitching was kind of suspect in the first two games, but really good there on Sunday. Auburn struggling to find three starters in the rotation. Really just have one right now, so hopefully Auburn can continue to play well. This weekend on April the 15th, they're at LSU for that three-game series, then South Alabama on the 19th. Well,
and this is again, you would not normally think that going to LSU would be good timing, but it is. LSU at the bottom of the West at 3-9. Auburn right above them with Ole Miss and Mississippi State at 5-7. So this is an opportunity for Auburn to at least go down. This is not a normal LSU team going to Alex Box Stadium where you feel like you're going to get swept. Auburn, if they can go and build off of this sweep against Kentucky, Randy, they can go down there and possibly pick up 2 wins and really get themselves back in contention in the West, because Alabama was head and shoulders above everybody else until they went up and lost 3 to Kentucky, which brought them back to 7-5. So now everybody within 2 games of each other, really. And LSU, big series for them, because if Auburn takes 2 or 3 or sweeps them, they're out of it.
They are. And right there at 24th, when's the last time you saw LSU that far down?
They're lucky to be ranked. But anyway, a big weekend coming up for Auburn on the diamond again. And moving over, Dylan Ortman, part of the reason why Auburn had such a good weekend at Kentucky, the SEC co-freshman of the week, picked up the first 2 saves of his career over the weekend during Auburn's 3-game sweep of Kentucky. Appeared in 10 games this season so far and has a 4.34 ERA. And 18 2/3 innings, allowing 10 runs, 9 earned on 20 hits and 4 walks, striking out 15. Again, congratulations to Dylan Orton, the SEC co-freshman of the week, Randy. And we'll move over and talk a little college football. It is A-Day this coming up Saturday on the Plains. Kickoff at 2 p.m. on ESPN3.com. Of course, no TV. Kind of surprising that the team that's the defending national champs gets the boot, and Arkansas gets the primetime coverage on ESPN. A little bit shocking to me. If Ryan Mallett were back, I could understand that. But regardless of that, go down to the Plains if you're an Auburn fan. Check them out in person. And, again, probably not going to see a lot of what you're going to see when Auburn kicks off the season in late August.
Well, they never do show anything. Yep. And you and I have been to a number of A-Day games. They're all the same. They're vanilla. They're not want to show anything that somebody can take back and have a tape on. Cam Newton last year, we didn't really know what we had after the A-Day game. You couldn't tell really anything, so especially whether he could run with the football. Didn't know that till that first game when you kind of opened your eyes and said, what do we have here? So it's quarterback situation. I think that will be the story, though, as we move into the fall session, and who is going to get the starting nod?
Well, and that's something that Coach Chizik talked about in a quote. He said the quarterbacks are very sporadic. Right now, in general, the consistency of the quarterback position and being able to manage the team is obviously the 2 most important things that they can do. When I say managing the team, I'm talking about protecting the football and keeping us out of negative plays. We've done a fair job of that. It's been a little bit up and down. I think they're both working really hard. It's very important to both of them, and I appreciate that, but we're not as consistent as we need to be at that position. That's Coach Gene Chizik talking about the play of Barrett Trotter and Clint Mosley. Randy, we've seen both of these guys in person, have called games that they played in high school. Clint Mosley has a beautiful throwing motion, throws one of the prettiest passes that we've seen. Barrett Trotter's just a gritty, get after you, never quit, finds a way to make a play kind of quarterback.
So 2 different type of styles. You know, Clint Mosley throws it around as well as we saw anybody. And we've caught him in a state title game for Leroy, and he threw it all over the field that day. And we've got a number of other things. We're heading into the spring season of football. I know we've got a spring roundup that we'll go through with some with some scores that we have in the local area, and we'll talk about that. But make sure to check out AO Review. Go to AO Review on our Facebook page, or you can go to AOReview.com, and Lacey Bino doing a great job hosting that.
Yeah, she is, Randy. We're gonna just go back for a second. I want to talk about a guy that we'll go ahead and run these down. Glenwood and baseball Monday. 9-1 over Prattville Christian. On softball Monday, it was Auburn 4-2 over Hopeville. Glenwood 5-1 winners over Macon East. In soccer Friday, it was Opelika 4, Smith Station 3, and that was a big area game. Again, as we get into playoff time, Randy, as we head down the stretch. And Lee Scott over Springwood 7-0 in tennis Monday, and that's an area roundup for you.
And stay right here with us as we get into next week. We'll head into the playoff action, and there's a number of teams in that area with Auburn competing again for their 3rd consecutive state title in baseball. They'll be right back in the thick of things, and you can cover it right here and go to AO Review on either our Facebook or our website, and we'd love to keep you up to date with what's going on.
Randy, here in the Dane Sharp Auburn Minute, wanted to mention this. Last year, everybody couldn't wait to go to A-Day to see Cam Newton. Who is that guy this year, in your opinion? Who is the guy that everybody – I've got him in my mind. I think I know who it is that a lot of people want to see because he didn't get a chance to get out on the field last year. He was redshirted, and he's a playmaker. I'm talking about Trevon Reed, and he had a pretty interesting quote from the second scrimmage this past week. He said they must have had something in their water that we didn't have, and he was talking about the defense. He said all of a sudden everybody on the sidelines was jumping up and screaming. They were looking at each other like, hold on, who have they got over there? It was like a different team. It looked like the team we were playing against last year in the second half. So Trevon Reed is a guy, Randy, that's an explosive. Coach Chiswick talked about him. He said he's by far, nowhere near where he needs to be, but he's that guy that's a Percy Harvin kind of guy that's a game changer on your offense. If he can stay healthy, Randy, I think he's going to help this offense out a lot this year.
And they're going to need it. They need a playmaker. They need a big play specialist. McCaleb and the running back core, all the talk coming out of spring is it's strong. And they need a playmaker that these quarterbacks can throw it, 8-10-yard pass, and they can turn it into a 60 or 70-yard pass play. And Emory Blake showed flashes of that last year. And D'Angelo Benton is also the talk of the spring.
Making some news there.
He's making a lot of strides forward, and we'd expect to see him get a lot of playing time this year.
Absolutely, Randy. And again, here in the Dane Sharp Auburn Minute on the Auburn Opelika Review segment of our show, again, as you said, we want to thank Lacey Bino, our host, who works extremely hard down there in that area, coming up with neat vignettes for you guys to watch every week on the AO Review. And again, check our website and our Facebook and Twitter pages. Sponsored by Lake Martin Oyster Bar and Grill, the title sponsor of our AO Review. But again, Lacey doing an outstanding job bringing you specials each and every week from restaurants, local places, events that are going on. The Alpha Psi Rodeo was this past week. You need to watch and see how that went. About 60,000 people attending that Alpha Psi. They sold out of tickets, and there were more people trying to get in. They were scalping tickets for $100, $120 trying to get in to see Blake Shelton.
Ridiculous.
So, mud bog. But anyway, we appreciate Dane Sharp for being our sponsor here on the Auburn Minute. Again, check Dane out, attorney at law down in Davil, Alabama, and we really appreciate Dane and his staff and everything they do here for us on Sports Blitz.